is crosswise. Crosswise, 14 by 17 crosswise. The first x-ray we want to do is the entire rib cage, and we center mid-sag, right? Entire rib cage, mid-sag. So I'm going to do that because I know my first x-ray is going to be the entire rib cage. I'm going to be doing it either an AP or PA. It's going to be mid-sagittal plane and a crosswise orientation with my image receptor. So I would say do that first. And now, typically we do our ribs at 40 inches. So that's what we're going to do. But is there anything wrong with going to 72 inches and doing ribs? Not a thing. So, but we're going to stick to the traditional 40 inches. But I'm going to say that Amber is coming to me with anterior rib pain, and it's upper anterior rib pain, and it's right-sided. Right, she has right-sided upper anterior rib pain. So her rib pain is anterior. Well, first of all, it's right-sided. So I'm going to grab the right marker. And then it's anterior. So we're going to put the ribs that are injured close to the image receptor. So we're going to come up here and you're going to face the image. We're going to have you come up here and face the board. All right, so we know we're going to be doing PA projections. And the first one is just going to be, since it's upper ribs, and the center ray is at T7, it's going to be just like a chest x-ray. All right, so let's go ahead and have you reach your hands around and grab this bar. I'm going to just have you put your chin on the board. And then, of course, it's upper ribs, so T7. Now, if you had a male patient, I would just go to 72 inches. But T7, we got to have from the first rib down. So I'm going to readjust this a little bit here. And then I'm going to come up and look. I got the first rib on, T7. I'm just going to leave it as where we are. Now I'm going to make sure that we have the scapula out of the lung field. So roll both shoulders forward. I'm going to make sure I'm on the spine. So I'm going to move you a little bit. All right, and then right marker, because we have right rib pain. All right, so I'm going to give you some breathing instructions, and of course these are upper ribs, so 2 breaths in, the biggest breath in that we can get. So Amber, take a breath in, blow it all the way out. Take another real deep breath in, this time, deep in. Hold it in, don't breathe or move, expose. Okay, you can breathe and relax. And I'm going to just let you step back and relax a little bit. All right, so at this point, now we're going to do our unilateral oblique of the right side. So unilateral means we've got to switch from crosswise to lengthwise. And that means your mercury's got to move in too. And I would simply move this probably up here because the IV blocker is up here. I could have put the IV blocker down here, but I'm gonna, and I might adjust that, but I'm just gonna keep it here, you know, for now. All right, and so now this is a 45-degree oblique. We still want to be at T7, but actually I'm going to drop everything down because if I saw my x-ray and I had my first rib on my x-ray, I know I'm plenty high now. So I'm just automatically going to drop it down a little bit. Then we oblique our patient 45 degrees, but this is anterior away. She has right rib pain. We want to lay her right ribs out parallel to the image receptor, and in order to do that, remember it's anterior away. So let's have you come up here facing the board. And the first thing I'm going to do is drop it down just a little. Because I already know that I'm a little high. Because I went from 14 inches in length to 17. All right, I'm going to have you, so we have right rib pain. So I'm going to have you take this hand and put it right here. Let's take this hand and put it right up here. And now I'm going to have you step into the board a little bit and look towards your right shoulder. And now I'm going to oblique you 45 degrees. Yep, there we go. All right, and then I'm going to get on this side of my patient, and I look. I know that the ribs are wider here, more narrow here, and I always look at my patient. Do you see how I have light right here?
Mhm.
There's no need. I do not need to move her over because her ribs are in here. So, yeah. So there's no way I'm going to move her over. I'm not going to be missing any ribs on this X-ray here. But I want to make sure I'm 45 degrees. And yeah, that looks pretty good. All right, so Amber, take another deep breath in. Pull that all the way out. Take another real deep breath in now, deep in. Look up just a little bit. And hold your breath, don't breathe and move, expose, you can breathe and relax. So really, I still was quite high when you look at that. Now, you know, on second, let's step you out of the way. Do I cut this line? Not quite. You know, on second thought, I probably should have gone down even just a little bit more, you know, but I mean, all right, so, I'm gonna do another patient. Pamela, come on up here. All right, so now Pamela has posterior lower left rib pain. Lower rib pain, posterior rib pain, and left rib pain. So I'm going to get the left marker in my hand. And our first x-ray, remember, it's of the entire rib cage, is either AP or PA. So I'm going to get ready for my first projection. And she has posterior rib pain. We put the ribs that are hurting against the image receptor. So Pamela, we're going to have you sit up here. Turn around and put your back against here. So posterior ribs. So now we're going to be doing AP and AP oblique. And they're lower ribs. So the center rate is T7. But I'm thinking about my marker. I always like to put my marker on first. Let's step you out of the way. When you're doing ribs, it's really best for your first x-ray to put the marker on before you bring your patient out. Okay, let's get you back up here. All right, but okay, remember, yeah, left rib pain, gotta make sure I'm marking it correct. But T7, I mean T10. However, remember, we don't really want to have the detector below the crest. So that's what that's what you should do. Find crest. All right, and then open up and put this at about the level of crest, and somehow it's there. I'm going to go just a little lower. I mean half an inch. All right, so I have, let's step you aside. See, I'm going to have light down to her crest. So I don't need to go any further. So do we need to find T10? Not really. We just need to locate crest. But we need to say center ray is level of T10. All right, let's bring you back up here. All right, so mid-sag. But I'm going to have you put your hands on your hips like this. Kind of roll your shoulders forward. Yep. We still need those scapula out of the way, but I still keep my patient, try to keep them as straight as possible. Try to be mid-sag. All right, I'm going to give you some breathing instruction and take this x-ray Pamela. Okay, take a deep breath in. Roll it all the way out. Hold it out. Now don't breathe or move. Expose. See, lower ribs, we're imaging. It doesn't look like we're imaging through the diaphragm, through the abdomen, but the ribs of interest are the upper, they're in this area. So therefore, breath out, diaphragm up. All right, now our oblique, and you can kind of relax a little bit here. So again, it's a unilateral oblique. And now I will step you aside, just for my marker. Okay, right back up here. All right, so I can drop it No, I'll just leave it. I'm gonna leave it. It's gonna be fine the way it is. All right, now these are posterior ribs. So what is gonna lay posterior ribs out nice and parallel to the image receptor when our patient is AP is to oblique her towards the side that's towards the side that is hurting, and it's her left side, right? Did I say left or right? It's her left side that's hurting. All right, but arm placement is important. So remember, the side of interest is the side that has to have the arm go up. So this is what we would do. This arm kind of goes like this. Now this arm is going to go up here. Yeah, kind of like that. And now we're going to oblique you about 45 degrees. There you go. All right, and it's the left side that's of interest. And do you see how I have light here? So I know I can move my patient this way and get more of the rib cage on. And I'm still not gonna be cutting off any ribs. Looks like you are, but you're not. You're not. All right. Because if I move her back over here, I have my light, right? And there's always a lot of soft tissue over the ribs. The ribs are in that soft tissue. They're down. I'm just going to get just a tad bit more. All right. And do you see where the light is on her shoulder? So there's no way that I need to move her over, you know. Okay, and then the same breathing instruction, full breath out. Full breath out. All right, and Pamela, we'll let you relax. All right, I'll come back over here.